no one would do it. So I went to the podium, and I stood there, and I don't know if you've ever had the experience, but everything went black. And I didn't know what to do, but I could not say a word. So, of course, I didn't know what to do, so I put my head down, which then led everyone in the audience, thinking that I was praying, to put their head down. So now I look up and everyone's head's down and they're praying. Now I'm really nervous. And I was really, I didn't know if I was going to say a word, but what seemed like an hour was probably 30 seconds. But finally I said, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Martin Squaz, and he's going to talk about addiction and recovery, and I walked off. And I remember thinking, I will never, ever, ever do this again. So that just kind of gives you a sense of how nervous I am, but I'm doing that. Recently I did a presentation, and there was a guy in the back raised his hand, and he said, and I quote, "I have a solution to this opiate epidemic." And I said, well, could you share that, please? And he said, well, I'm a paramedic. And every time I go to a house with an overdose, on the left arm, left, not right, we should tattoo the date and time of when we administered Narcan to save that person's life. And he said, if we ever go back to that same address, the first thing we do is check the arm. And if there's a tattoo on it, we turn around and we go and care for people who are really ill and need help. Now, I think I'm pretty quick on my feet, but for once in my life, honestly, I was rather speechless. But what I did say to him, and I asked him, would you do exactly the same for someone who has had a heart attack? Would you tattoo the left arm of a person that's in a diabetic coma? And he said in a real kind of loud voice, "It's different." And I said, how is it different? If it was your son or daughter, what would you do to save that person's life? What was even more alarming, honestly, is the people in the audience, they were really agreeing with him. Which told me, this is a couple years ago, how much more we need to do to educate the general population about the trials, tribulations, but also the hope that comes from recovery. My wife is a very, very gifted runner, and I'm always there to hold the bottle at the end. And I worry sometimes that I'm going to need surgery for holding the bottle. And I was at one of her races in a McDonald's in downtown Pittsburgh. And I saw this guy in the corner, a young guy, who wasn't moving. And, and I carry Narcan in my car all the time. But my car was far away. I rode my bike, and my phone wasn't working. So I went to the counter and I said to the young lady there, I'm a little nervous about that guy there. He hasn't moved. I'm really kind of nervous. And she was a young person, and she walked in and she started shaking. And I don't have any Narcan, and my phone isn't working. Finally, after many shakes, he wakes up. She came over to me and said, I'm really sorry that you had to witness that. But our policy is that as long as they buy something we know they're going to use in this restaurant, and it's okay. Again, I didn't know what to say. But what it says to me over and over is how much more learning there needs to be done about this illness. When I started at Glenbeigh, I had a conversation with Pat, and I asked her, could she please help me to understand how this all works? And in a very low voice, she said, it's a miracle. And I was pretty young then. I didn't have much more hair then. But anyways, I said, yeah, I understand all that, but could you really tell me how it works? And in a lower voice, she said, miracle. And I remember feeling so frustrated, and I said to her, I just want to, I love working here, but I don't really understand. And then in the third real low voice, she said, a miracle. And she said, it's the only way to explain from such horror and pain that someone could be restored, not only to sanity, but to live a full and wonderful life. She said everyone who walks into the Glenbeigh door could eventually become the next future CEO with recovery. That's how powerful, truly, recovery is. And then one morning, actually, if I look back and I look about a miracle, it's the day that Dan came to Glenbeigh. And he came to the business office, and I was up in the front, and I got a call that said, there's a guy here who said that he would love to have a recovery golf outing, and the proceeds would go to Glenbeigh. And there's rumor that I ran back so fast that I knocked over a woman with a walker. I really, really want to clarify, it was a man. It wasn't a woman, so I felt a little better. But I really believe at that moment there was another miracle that happened, because that really launched, that we were the first that he approached. And I think about how many people's lives have positively been affected, not only at this center, but in all the other centers. I hope and only wish that more families could appreciate recovery. But I know that collectively, with all of our efforts and working in partnership in a unified way, we could all truly make a difference. Thanks for all of you for being here and sharing this miracle. Have a great night.